Take everything from me! Oh!
ShinRobjira.
Zilla over here will be standing at slightly over 4 inches tall, counting for his head, but if you look at his dorsal fins, he'll be just about, if not a tiny bit over 5 inches tall. Let's take a look at the tag! We've got a lovely image, if a bit murky, of Zilla over here, repping that Jay Leno chin. We've got Zilla. Yeah, 2004. Godzilla, 2024. The corner of the back of the tag over here will see the side cut out to Zilla's profile over here. And on the inside, we got all this stuff. And since he is a very special boy, Godzilla store exclusive or not, he is to be honored with the gracious double sleeving method because it's taken 20 years for Zilla to get here. Yeah, Bandai's made Zilla-themed things in the past, and as of recently, a couple of Godzilla 98 things, but Zilla was never in the movie monster series. He wasn't in that one line of candy figures, and obviously he wasn't in the Toho Kaiju series either. So he's special, he's new, he's different. And I'm going to give Zilla 3 solid stars for existing because that's the only way in hell a figure like this is getting 3 solid stars from me. Because good lord, is this guy barren. But let's be positive and take a look at this head sculpt. Yes, the details might not look the greatest, but this figure has this very interesting texturing for his skin. You really need to get up nice, close, and personal to see the texturing, and maybe that's why the detailing on this guy isn't the greatest thing ever, and I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy it. But overall, this is a very soft-looking release.
I knew that tuna head wasn't up to much.
He's not without his high points, that's for sure, and I guess this is in fact based off of a CGI file, which was based off of a Trendmasters figure, which makes this guy a figure of a CGI file of another figure of a CGI file in suit. That makes sense, right? Again, the skin texturing is mostly what's going to be taking the front seat here, as most of the detailing is a bit on the softer side. And for whatever reason, Bro's teeth are pink just like the inside of his mouth. Oh, that's adorable. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure why his teeth are pink. I mean, those teeth look white. They don't look pink, but got some nice detailing on the roof of the mouth. Got a nice little tongue in there with some strawberry grape yogurt paint going on. And yeah, I'm not sure why the teeth are pink and not white. The eyes are going to be this nice glossy orange, of course on both sides. His nails will be painted, not all of them, though. Yes, that vestigial 5th finger over here will not have a painted nail, and just at this thing's inclusion, I mean, there is a funny story to tell. To keep it short, back when Trendmasters was making the Godzilla 1998 line, they actually called the line the illegal Reptons. And when they first showed everything off to Toho, Toho almost yanked the license away because all the prototypes featured a 5th finger, much like the animatronic or the suit. I don't remember which. So Trendmasters had to lance off that 5th finger to get approval from Toho, and then Toho kind of went on and ahead giving their Godzilla 98's 5th fingers, as shown here with the Bandai Hyper Series Godzilla 98. The Bandai Mothra Kaiju Legends Godzilla 98 wasn't present on HG Godzilla 98 though, and eventually their very own and only Zilla figure. So I guess at some point Toho just said, screw it, leave it on, meh, it's not Godzilla to us anymore. But it's a detail I've come to expect with Godzilla 98 or Zilla figures at this point. I mean, the X Plus Defo Real Godzilla 98 has it, so save for the vestigial 5th finger not having a painted nail, we'll see some decent detailings on the inside of the hand, and some Michelin Man looking details on the inside of Zilla's forearm, some lovely texturing work going on the underside of Godzilla's jaw, with some spiky little bumpage going on over here. Underside of his throat is going to be all bloated looking with those little spiky ridges. And now moving into the torso, we can see more of that scalier looking detail at the base of Zilla's neck, moving into his pecs. And again, the texturing over here is on full display. Godzilla's got some titties, and he's got a little bit of a tummy over here, a little baby beer gut. Moving into the crotch, we're going to see Godzilla's Godzilla with a little bit of minimal detailing going on there. Lizard pussy. Trademark and Toho Company, LTDB, China, Bandai, numbers, more of that texturing on the underside of the tail. And now, the very tip of the tail. It's spiky, it's not painted at all, which is a very big bummer there. And while the detailing isn't crazy, I do very much love that texture work going on. Reminds me a lot of the movie monster series Kamada-kun and just how, like, weirdly bumpy it looks. Moving into the legs, we'll see more Michelin Man looking details, that texturing moving into the feet. And I do very much appreciate the look of these feet. They're very nice. Shut up. And even more surprisingly, his Duke claws are going to be painted. Did Odo Island Goji even have that? Oh yeah, he did. Can these even technically be called Duke claws? I mean, I'm not a scientist. I'm not going to act like I know what anatomy is for creatures like this. It's another friggin' toe on his foot. Yeah, it's painted. Wasn't expecting that. That's nice. And now we can talk about the dorsal fins, which... That's it. Those are the only ones that are painted. God damn, Bandai. Or Toho, whoever. They look great, honestly. So great that I wish there was a lot more of it. As per usual, metallic paint on dorsal fins just bring out all of the tiny and minute little detailings. This guy is absolutely no different from that. Just they didn't even stop at the base of his tail. They just stopped right at his hips. Why, Bandai? Why? This looks so good and fantastic. He deserved metallics from the top of his head all the way to the tip of his tail. He's a good boy. Regardless of my points of contention, I love how this looks. And since Godzilla Final Wars is celebrating its 20th year of life this year, who's to say we won't get another Godzilla store exclusive where he's heavily painted? Probably not. Don't get your hopes up. Not happening. And here we can see more detailings on Zilla's biceps, the back of his arms and such, the back of his shoulder blades. Zilla is a good figure. He could have definitely been better. He could have definitely used more paint. But we've been waiting 20 long years for this guy. And yeah, I would definitely say the final product is really underwhelming. I'm still excruciatingly happy this figure exists. So he's still going to get those 3 solid stars for existing. But since am professional figure reviewer Shin Dingus Cringe Lord Jira, from a reviewing standpoint, the paint is going to get an X. The detailing, a half a star. I love the texturing, but he's just so soft and smooth looking.
I knew that tuna head wasn't up to much.
Before I can give my final rating for that of articulation, let's take a look at some size comparisons. Shokugan Movie King HG Bandai Hyper Series, Bandai Mothra Kaiju Legend Series, Godzilla Action Figure Series, Yutaka Real Heroes Godzilla 98, Trendmasters Godzilla 98, Cake Topper Godzilla 98, X Plus Godzilla 98, YMSF Zilla. And articulation is about what you'd expect. Nothing at the head, nothing at the tail, everything in the arms, and the legs. Solid star. But before we say goodbye, goodnight for good, or at least until my next video drops, I was always kind of hoping Bandai would just reutilize the original Zilla mold they had going on, as the detailing is just so much better, and you know, for a rather small figure, really just hits the nail on the head. Plus his dorsal fins are almost painted all the way to the tip of the tail. I don't want to come off ungrateful or anything like that, because I am happy the boy exists. It's just, it feels like they took every cut corner with this figure. Even though this is a Godzilla 98 mold, here's just another example of, you know, a really well-detailed mold from Bandai for G98/Zilla. I was never expecting that. Now, I never really expected the Bandai Hyper Series Godzilla 98. Now, I was never expecting to see the Hyper Series Godzilla 98 mold to ever make a return because, but again, it feels a little disrespectful to treat my boy like this. But I guess at the end of the day, we have it, and that's what truly matters here. Plus, he scales pretty well with the new Movie Monster Series Final Goji figure. So you can recreate that one scene from the movie where the funny Sum 41 song plays.
Take everything from me! Oh!
That's about enough out of me, fam. I do so hope you all enjoyed this review. Sorry about the very big lack there of content this week. This guy was supposed to originally show up on Tuesday, but FedEx, kind of FedExed themselves. But beyond all of that, I think I'm a little confident in saying my next video will be my 30K special, because I have no idea when that HLJ order of the Egg Series Godzillas and the minifigure Godzillas is going to be shipping, so see you Monday. Peace.
Next.